All right, so today is our last class of being very specific about working oblique muscles. So you can think of oblique muscles, or we actually have a couple of them that run, so it's almost like a beauty pageant sash or a seat belt or whatever, but they run across the body and they allow for some twisting. So we'll do some active twisting where we are using our core to hold, and then we'll do some passive stuff as well. But some twisting today, and then working the obliques in other ways as well. A couple of blocks and a bolster is what you need. Looks like y'all are set up. So lay all the way back on your back and relax. You have made it here. You have taken the time for yourself. And I know a lot of people have good intentions of taking time for themselves at lunch, but it's a challenge. So kudos to you all for taking the time today. And so now that you've made it here, let's take a couple of cleansing breaths together. Let these exhales really let yourself relax on these exhales. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth. Sigh it out. Relax. One more time. Inhaling. Big exhale. And now seal up the lips. Continue to breathe those long breaths. Let them be your easy breaths though. So nothing forced. A couple of times during our practice today, there may be some challenge that you see, that you feel, and I want you to really check in how you interact with what your mind says to you during these challenging periods. Hopefully you can reframe if you find that you're hearing some negative talk, reframing it to be some positive, supportive talk to yourself. All right, on your next inhale, stretch out long, toes and fingertips reaching in opposite directions, a long stretch. Draw your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs. Maybe drawing your nose up to your knees, really rounding out through the spine. All right, let your head rest back to the mat, and then find movement here that feels good. So maybe it's a little windshield wiper of the legs if you put your feet to the floor, a little windshield wiper from side to side. Maybe as you hug your knees in, you roll through the ankles or point and flex the feet. So finding, again, movement here that feels good. Maybe it's a long stretch. Again. All right, and then let's meet in reverse or upside down tabletop position. And actually, let's bring the arms alongside the body for now. So legs are stacked so that the knees and hips are aligned and the shins are parallel with the floor. Press your lower back to the mat. Feel and notice how your legs come in automatically. Release your lower back from the mat. Find a little extra space under the back. And then push the lower back to the mat again. And release. Do a couple more like this. Think of a cat and cow on your back. We're just slowly warming up a little through the core, and then we'll take it up a notch. So the next time you are in a neutral position, just pause right there, and actually you can hug your knees in for a second, and take some time to grab, actually we're not going to do that, let's not do that. So we are going to work a little bit through the obliques by bringing those legs back up, placing your right hand to your left thigh, so across the body. Push your left thigh into your right hand. Send your left arm up into the air. It is opposite arm and leg that are extending and coming back up. Now, we practice, keep going with this extension and then bringing the arm and the leg back up. We just practice pressing the lower back to the mat. Find that engagement here. So try to keep the lower back connected with the mat. If you find that connection does not happen, especially as you extend, then minimize the length that you send the leg. So maybe you keep the knee bent and you drop the heel toward the floor instead. I'm going to do a couple more. Keep pushing that right hand into the left thigh. All right, and then once you wrapped up those two, do whatever you need to do to reset in between. We'll prepare for the other side by setting ourselves up with the knees stacked over the hips. Push your left hand into your right thigh, right arm in the air. It is your left leg and your right arm that extend and come up. You can choose your pace here. So finding a pace that works best and allows for that connection, lower back to the mat. Good, so nice. Good, keep pushing that hand into the thigh into the hand. Do a couple more on this side, make sure you even things out. And once you have done those last rounds, to even it out, hug your knees into your chest. We are going to rock and roll up to seated. We'll move right on over to all fours. All right, with your hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, let's inhale, find a cow pose, tailbone up, chin up. Exhaling to round into your cat pose. One more time together, inhaling, finding cow. And exhaling to find cat. All right, you are on your own for a few more breaths, so find movement. It doesn't have to be just cat and cow. We can find any movement here that starts to warm up through the spine, a little more through the shoulders, neck, hips, whatever you need. When you're ready, meet me in an extended child's pose. Arms stretched out in front. Palms can either remain facing down or you could externally rotate through the shoulders, palms facing up. Maybe a little rock through the hips, a massage through the forehead would feel good here. But maybe just staying still, but hold here one more breath. All right, let's make our way back to all fours. We'll work a little bit of balance here. Again, this is intended to be a little core strengthening for the oblique. So as you hold here in this tabletop position, first notice the alignment of your spine. Your head's dropped down, try to keep the head aligned. And then take a deep breath in, just let your belly expand on the inhale. As you exhale, draw the belly in, push a little extra air out, find that abdominal engagement. And then find a breath that allows for that abdominal engagement as well as just a full movement, 360 breath. All right, the left leg will extend back behind. Your right elbow comes in alongside the body.
You are slowly sending the right arm and the left knee forward, the left leg, right arm back. Forward slowly, and back slowly. Good, we have 2 more like that. Slowly forward, and slowly back. And last one, and back. Good, now set that right hand to the floor. Do a quarter pivot to face the long edge of your mat. You can send that left leg or right foot back behind you as a kickstand. Your left leg can either be up in the air, or you can set the sole of the left foot down. You can really make this more about a lateral stretch, reaching the left arm by your ear. You could make it a little more balance work by sending the left leg up, left arm up. So finding here what you feel like would work best for you. And then let's slowly make our way back to a tabletop position. Now, we'll take a couple of breaths to reset. If you'd like to come off your hands and roll through those wrists, feel free to do that because we are going to be back on our hands very shortly. So give yourself a little break from that if you'd like. And then let's return to that tabletop position. This time your right leg goes back and your left elbow is alongside the body. All right, we have 4 rounds of moving the knee and the arm forward and the elbow and leg back. Again, forward slowly and back slowly. Beautiful, 2 more. Slowly forward, slowly back. And here's our last one. All right, set your left hand to the floor. Do that quarter pivot to face the long edge of your mat. Whatever position you chose the first round, do that again here. So if it was that lateral stretch, find that. If it was more of a balance position, feel free to find that. And pause, 1 more breath. All right, make your way back to that tabletop position. This time we're curling our toes under. Walk your hands and your feet together. Standing forward bend. Let's pause here. Let's relax. Really find the passiveness of your upper body, head, neck, shoulders relaxed. The active legs that stretch through your hamstrings. And vary this in any way you see fit. So if it's cradling the elbows, feel free to do that. A gentle sway from side to side might be an option. Let your arms hang loose if they're not there already. Again, try to find as much relaxation through the upper body as you can. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Try to let it all go here. All right, and then slowly make your way to a standing position. Choose how you get there, reverse swan dive or rolling up, your choice. Once you come all the way up, move to the front end of the mat. All right, so we're going to work a little bit through a couple of sun salutation A's, but we're going to do that in a way that we move together throughout the whole thing. So feet hip bone width apart, inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, back bend, open up, lengthen, and dive forward. Inhale, half lift, choose your arms. You can open up here if you'd like. Dive yourself forward. All right, so our right foot, we're going to step it back. We'll find a lunge. Pause right here for a second. See if you can find a little opening through that right hip. We aren't here long. And then we'll step the left foot back to join the right for a plank pose. You can drop your knees to the mat if you'd like, but pause right here and connect in with your 360 breath. So try to feel your side ribs moving out with the inhale, the back side of the body, that slight abdominal engagement. And then take another deep breath in. As you exhale, this time lower all the way down to your mat. On your inhale, peel the front of the body up, float your hands. Exhale to lower yourself down. One more like that. Inhale, peel the front of the body up, Float your hands. And exhale to lower down. Now this time, inhale, peel the front of the body up. Feel free to use the hands to add a little bit more depth to that back bend. If you'd like a little bit more strengthening, feel free to float the hands. So you choose here, but try and open up through the front body as much as you can. Lower all the way down to the mat. Push up to your modified plank or plank pose. And let's find down dog. So down dog, we're gonna take just a few breaths here to find movement that feels right. So if it's walking the dog, feel free to do that. Another option is to drop your heels toward one long edge of the mat, dropping your heels toward the opposite side. You could do a little movement between plank and down dog if you'd like. So take your time and find what you need here. And now coming back to down dog together, press both heels toward the floor, your chest toward your thighs, relax your head between your arms. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, look to the front end of the mat, your right foot. You're stepping your right foot forward. Pause right here just for a second. See what you can find in that left hip. Good. Step the left foot forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, half lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep all the way up, stretch up tall. Exhale, back bend, one more round of that. Inhale, lengthen up, dive fully forward as you exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. All right, step your left foot back. Pause right there. Step your right foot back, plank or modified plank. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower down, inhaling up to your back bend, you decide. Lower down, inhaling up to your modified plank or plank pose, exhaling back to your down dog. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, look to the front end of the mat, step your left foot forward. Pause. Step your right foot forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, half lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep all the way up. Stretch up tall, exhale, back bend. All right, inhale, lengthen up. Dive fully forward as you exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. All right, you choose which foot steps back at the first time and which foot steps back the second round. Just be mindful of that because I know that it is the same foot that is going forward and back. So that was kind of the intent of moving together. All right, you choose here your flow. So maybe you do a chaturanga, maybe you find an up dog, but you can always go right from your plank pose to down dog. So don't feel like you have to do that chaturanga every single time. But we'll meet up in down dog and then prepare for our first standing flow. All right, before we do that, actually, let's drop our knees and let's set those blocks out in front so that you have them. You may not need them, but just in case, they will be there. And then meet me back in down dog and inhale your right leg up. Exhale to bring your knee in and step the foot through. We're rising up to a crescent lunge. Come all the way up. All right, so you're bending that back knee a little bit, tucking the bottom under, feeling that hip flexor stretch left side. And I think we did this the last time we met, which seems like forever ago, but we're finding 90-degree shapes with the arms. Keep your elbows up at shoulder height and just do some rotation here. We're working that rotator cuff. So you're bringing the arms back up, down, just noticing what's going on as you rotate your palms to face the wall behind you. It feels really like it really impinges, it really hurts, then please don't force anything there. But just notice what's going on. Right, the next time those arms are back up at 90-degree angle, send your arms up into the air. Bring your hands to your heart and do a quarter or a little diagonal so that your body is a diagonal line from the head down to the end of the foot. All right, this is where I want you to really think about your oblique strength. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're twisting to the right. Yes, inhale to come back to center. Exhale to twist to your right. Inhale, center. Beautiful, one more. Twisting to your right. Good, come back to center. All right, so this time we are going to twist, but you can choose to be a little bit more passive here. So you could let that left elbow connect with the outside of the right knee. You could also set that left hand to the floor or to your block and send the right arm up into the air. Beautiful, hold here, one more full breath. Good, now slowly come back, bring that left hand back down, slowly rise back up to your crescent lunge. All right, and then slide that left foot in. All right, if you want to straighten out through that right leg and shake it out just a little bit, feel free to do that. And then find your spot that you can focus on. Try to quiet your mind. That work that we did earlier where we had the arm and the leg moving forward and back, we are doing that again here. It's a little bit more challenging, of course, because of our balance piece that we'll add in. So if at any time you just want to pause and hold, feel free to do that. But your left leg is going to come up in the air, left hand to your left hip, right elbow alongside the body. You're sending your left knee, your right arm forward and back. Good, a couple more, forward and back. And one more time, slowly forward and slowly back, dropping those left toes back for a lunge. Hands down around that right foot back to join your left down dog. All right, ladies, so you are on your own. If you'd like to do a little flow here, a plank, up dog, down dog, or any other variation, feel free to do that. We'll take a little bit of time to reset here. So whether that be you land in down dog and you pause, or you drop your knees, press back to an extended child's pose and pause, it'll be up to you. Let's take a couple of breaths to reset, reconnect in. We'll do that same flow on the other side, and just a reminder of how you are talking to yourself, that approach that you're taking, and knowing that doubt is an insult to your potential. So give yourself those positive affirmations. Let's come back up to down dog, and when you're ready, inhale your left leg up. Exhale to bring your knee in, stepping your foot through, rising up to a crescent lunge. Your feet should be hip bone width apart here. So as you rise up, that slight bend in the knee and tucking the bottom under not only allows for a little more hip flexor, but it might feel a little more stable as well. Because all we're going to do here again is work through the shoulders, or doing a little bit of shoulder mobility. So we're bringing the arms around, rotating the palms to face back as we tap to the back, wherever you want to tap, and then sending those arms back up to where we started. So just a slow movement all the way around, palms facing toward the back wall, come back up. Good, let's do a couple more here. Tapping. And one more. Bringing the arms back up. Bringing your hands to your heart. Do that little tilt of the body forward so that you have this diagonal line. Feel your core engage. Find that 360 breath. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, you're twisting to the left. Obliques working to twist you. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale to twist left. Inhale to come back to center. One more like that. You're twisting to your left. And you'll come back to center. Now, we're twisting again, but this time it can be more passive. It can still be a little more active where you're holding that shape. Whatever you chose on that first side, you probably want to start there. So if there was some support with that right hand to the floor or to the block, find that again here. Yep, beautiful, good. Perfect, come back to center, rise back up. All right, slide this back foot in and give yourself a little bit of a shake out on that left foot in preparation for this balance stuff. So when you're ready, it's a warrior 3, and your leg does not need to be really high up here. So we've got the right hand to the right hip, left elbow alongside the body. All right, 4 rounds of this. We're moving the arm and the leg forward, and the arm and the leg back. Again, forward, and back. Good, just knowing that you have this, you've got this. Forward and back. I feel like we did just 3 in the last round, is that right? You guys are ready to do another one? Let's do it, sending the arm and the leg back. Beautiful, dropping those right toes to the mat, hands land down on your left foot. Left foot steps back to join your right, down dog. All right, again, you're on your own here, just staying in down dog, finding a flow, whatever you would like, and then finding your posture to rest, whether that be in down dog or child's pose, your choice. All right, so that work that we just did is all about the front and the back of the hips. So we'll do a little bit, not much, but we'll do a little bit for the sides of the hips, so the inner and outer thighs. And the inner thighs is really what we focus on in this next piece. So when you are ready, meet me again in down dog, and we'll inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee in, step through, rise up to a warrior 2. All right. Yep, good. So right foot forward. Yep. There you go. There we go. All right. So find a 5-star pose. So you're turning your toes toward the corners of your mat, and then you'll drop over to this left side. Right toes maybe come up off the mat. And then slowly return to your 5-star pose and find that warrior 2 again. Yep, perfect, good. One more. So we're finding 5-star, and we'll find this side lunge. Let's actually pause right here. And if you'd like to add some movement from side to side, feel free to do that if you want to just stay so that this left knee is bent, right leg is long. And using a block underneath your hands if you'd like to might be helpful. All right, let's all meet with the left knee bent, and we'll reverse this flow. So coming back up to your 5-star, returning to your warrior 2, and let's find a lateral stretch. So that, or the side angle. So right forearm to the right thigh, left arm by your ear. Just feel this nice long line through that left side of the body. Hands come down around your right foot back to join your left, find down dog. Find any flow or anything you'd like to do in between. We'll prepare for the other side. From down dog, inhale your left leg up. Exhale, knee in and step through, giving yourself any assist needed so that knee and ankle are aligned. Dropping your back foot on its side, windmill up, warrior 2. Good. All right, let's find this little flow. So finding your 5-star pose. Beautiful, finding that side lunge, right knee bends. Good. Yep. Slowly back up to your 5-star. Return to warrior 2. 5-star. Side lunge. This is where you either pause or again, you can move from side to side. If you were moving before and you want to do a little more static stretch, you can find a wide leg standing forward bend to pause. Again, inner thigh is our focus. A little bit of outer thigh we'll do a little bit more shortly. your right knee bent. And let's reverse this flow. So returning to 5-star. Returning to your warrior 2. And let's find our side angle. Left forearm to the left thigh, right arm by your ear. Perfect. Hands down around your left foot back to join your right, down dog. Finding a flow if you'd like. Finding any movement that feels good. Our next pose is a one-legged pigeon pose. So from either all fours or down dog, inhale your right leg up, bending the knee, releasing the bottom part of the leg back. If you'd like to draw some circles with that right knee, feel free to do that again. You can do this from an all fours position instead. And then let's prepare for one-legged pigeon pose. That right knee lands softly behind that right wrist. Right. There you go. All right. And then fold forward whenever you're ready. Stay nice and long through your spine. Soften through the shoulders. Relax through the muscles of the face, particularly that space between your eyebrows. Soften the jaw. While you primarily may feel this in the outer thigh, this is an inner thigh opener as well. You might be feeling that, some of that there. Just notice all the sides of the hip and what you feel in this pose. We're holding here a couple more breaths. Perfect. Slowly begin to walk yourself back up. Maybe bending that back knee, maybe not. If you're in that 90 degree shape, you could actually reach back and grab the top part of that left foot, either from that 90 degree shape or from your one-legged pigeon pose. Yeah, perfect, good. All right, and then gently release that. Sit down onto your right hip and swing this left leg all the way around. So it will land to the opposite side of this right thigh, and if that just doesn't feel quite right, feel free to extend that right leg straight. The sole of the left foot connects to the floor, your sits bones are connected with the floor, sit up tall. Let's find this passive twist. So we're twisting to the left, using the hands as leverage, so the left fingertips cupped behind you, that right hand connected with the outside, the left leg, or you can find any other position with that right arm. But notice if you're leaning back onto those left fingertips, try to sit up nice and tall here. Perfect. Send both legs straight out in front, do a little shake. And then find a cross-legged position, hands return to the mat. We'll return to either down dog or all fours. And we'll prepare for the left side, one-legged pigeon pose. So when you're ready, left leg extends. Maybe you add a couple of circles with that left knee. Maybe you open up and pause. When you're ready to drop that left knee behind your left wrist, feel free to go there. Left foot maybe angled toward that right long edge of your mat. Right leg straight back behind you unless you drop to the side and find 90 degree shapes. Yeah, beautiful. You are folding yourself forward. Try to use your breath here to relax into this pose. Each exhale, soften down even more. let's slowly begin to walk back up. Bending that back knee, reaching around for the ankle or the foot on that right side. Again, if you're dropped off to the side, you can reach back. Just trying to keep those joints aligned. Yeah, beautiful. Perfect. Good. And then releasing, dropping down onto that left hip and swinging the legs around. Actually swinging the right leg around. So that right foot will land to the opposite side of the left thigh. Again, you have the option to straighten out through that left leg. Sit up nice and tall here, twisting to the right. Again, this is a passive twist. So you get to choose how much leverage you provide to twist. Don't force it, but know that you have options here to add just a teeny bit more. Perfect. Now let's slowly come back to center. Send both legs long. Stretch it out. All right, we're going to make our way onto our backs. If you'd like to grab a block and bring it with you, you can have it. We'll do a little bit more for core strengthening through the back side of the body here with our bridge pose. So soles of the feet connected to the mat, arms alongside you, palms down. Let's press right up into a bridge pose. So in your bridge pose, generally we start off with our feet about hip bone width apart. Soles of the feet fully connected with the mat. But now, as we've done multiple times the last few weeks of class, feel free to vary your stance. You could widen your feet, you could also bring your weight more into the balls of the feet, or very much into the balls of the feet, or very much into the heels. Feel free to explore a little bit, all while maintaining chin away from the chest, so a nice long neck. Breathe one more full breath here. And then gently lower down. Now we'll do our bridge pose again, but let's take a little bit of time to reset. So coming out of the bridge, hug the knees into the chest. You're welcome to find that active version of bridge pose, or you could find a supported version of bridge pose. So if you'd like to find that supported version, send the hips up into the air and then put your block underneath so that the pelvis feels fully supported. And then from there, you do have options to straighten the legs. You feel a little more through the front of the hip. You can also send your legs into the air. You might want to hang on to that block just to be sure that you are supported here. But you could do a little V shape with the legs. So supported or unsupported, your choice. We'll hold here a couple more breaths. Slowly begin to come out of your bridge. Hug your knees into your chest, so remove the block from underneath you if you do have it there. Hug the knees in. All right, let's bring the feet about mat width apart, arms alongside you, arms wide in the shape of a T. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Nice, easy movement. The next time the knees point to the left, pause there. So if the feet wide just doesn't feel right, feel free to narrow your stance. Here's another option for this wide twist, if you'd like to take it, is lifting the left foot up and placing the left ankle to the outside of that right leg. So completely an option here. Turning to look to your right will give you an added neck stretch if you would like to try that.
Go back to your windshield wiper of the legs from side to side. Easy does it. And the knees point to the right. Pause there. Find any variation of this twist that feels right. So whatever you chose on that first side, try that again here. If anything doesn't feel right, find what does. This is a very passive twist, but you have gravity assisting you in a way that we didn't have when we were doing our seated twist. So just notice again what feels right, what doesn't. All right, let's release this. Find anything else your body needs. And then we'll prepare for final relaxation. So if you'd like to use your props in any way, take time here to set those up. That bolster can serve as a spinal support, as a leg support with your knees, with a block bolster underneath the knees. For just a few seconds here, I'd like you to tense up through your body. So maybe that means making fists with your hands and sending the arms so straight that they come up off the floor slightly. Maybe flexing the feet, squeezing the quads, squeezing the glutes, scrunching up through the face, tightening up through every single muscle. See if you can tighten up just a little bit more. And then relax. Let every muscle melt into the floor. The next few breaths, focus on the pause at the top of the breath, the pause at the bottom of the breath. Now bring some easy movement to your fingers and toes. And then
add any other little movement that feels good. You're welcome to stay on your back, or you could roll to your favorite side and pause for a couple of breaths. And in this time, again, giving yourself that pat on the back for showing up on your mat today. You are rare. And also just acknowledging this opportunity that you have to seize the day, and how being more mobile and stronger just allows for the opportunity to seize the day. All right. Take a deep breath then, sending the arms up into the air. As you exhale, draw your hands to your heart. This is a quote from Cheryl Lee Ralph. She says, "Your health is your greatest wealth." Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste.
Namaste.